Look, ad nauseum, this is what I've been talking about for long over a year. And when I talk about supply becoming difficult to get, I'm not talking about today, or even tomorrow. I'm talking about 6 months from now, because when you acquire product these days, it's a long-term endeavor. It's 90 days, 120 days. It's putting money up front. It's securing product, hedging, and running logistics. I've been talking about this. The buzz phrase I've been using is that this market will be defined by an inability to source product. Well, let's take a step back and realize for a second that we're not the only people at the party. And I think it's naive to believe that only those participating in the North American bullion acquisition game are the only participants. What you're seeing globally with inflation in the United Kingdom at the highest level it's been since World War II, 30-year highs in Germany, highs in Japan, you're seeing inflation across the globe, all over the place. You're seeing actions by governments like Trudeau, freezing bank accounts for people donating $50 on GoFundMe. You're seeing whole countries being kicked out of the SWIFT system by a weaponizing of the dollar. You have woken up globally a whole swath of investors who wouldn't know a gold and silver coin if it fell on their foot. And now they're all competing for the same small pool of product that we're trying to get, that we used to have no problem getting when you're talking about the United Kingdom or South Africa or Australia or Austria. These were items that were so easy to get. As I've said before, I used to have distributors, large distributors who would represent these sovereign mints and call me up and they'd say, listen, Andy, let me put 50,000 coins in your warehouse. And I'd say, I don't need them. I said, we don't need them. But they'd say, listen, I'll send them to you, put them in your warehouse, use them if you need them. If not, we'll pay to have it shipped out. This was commonplace. We would house large swaths of inventory that wasn't even ours in anticipation of either using it or allowing them to have it shipped out. It was great. We always had plenty of product. Those days are long gone. And getting product now, you're out into April, May, and June on any of the distributors. And so, I've been doing this for a long time, Elijah. I've been doing this since I was 19 years old in 1989, and I've seen a lot. And I often say I'm a lot more wise than I am smart. Wisdom is something that you achieve through repetition and time. And I've never had a more difficult time in 32 years acquiring product. Over that time frame, I've made a lot of friends in the industry, friends that are not part of my company. And I talk to them, and several of the distributors that I talk to are telling me that sovereign coins are just not available, period. And you're talking 5 or 6 major mints, US, Canada, Austria, Australia, South Africa, United Kingdom. They're not available. And if they are, you're buying them into May and into June. And so there's a great deal of uncertainty as a precious metals company right now, buying product from across the globe 90 to 120 days in advance, paying the highest premiums we've ever paid in our career, hedging that, and then running logistics deep into the summer, wondering what will happen. And so I'll say this, and I'll say it again. This market will be defined by an inability to source product. It's coming. It's happening in real time right now, as globally we are in competition for a very finite pool of product that is being gobbled up by people across the globe, not just here in North America, and in a stark difference to what it has been in years past. So I would just simply say, where is it? It's being accumulated by people like you and I all around the globe, and it's a bidding war. So I feel sorry for small coin companies and coin shops who aren't at the top of the food chain, who don't have the ability to spend millions of dollars to hedge it, to run logistics. Hedging alone is sophisticated and dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Like, for example, what happened in the nickel market, if we're selling short 100,000 ounces because we bought 100,000 ounces and the price spikes, even though it goes up on what we have in our inventory, we get margin calls on what we sold short. It's dangerous, and you can end up really getting in trouble if you don't know what you're doing. And so the smaller and mid-sized companies who don't hedge, who don't have relationships and the ability to write checks for millions of dollars to buy product 3 months in advance, they're dead in the water. They're not going to get any product. The distributors will pass them by in favor of the 4 or 5 or 6 big companies in this industry who have the ability to do that and to make it easy on the distributors who are happy to sell it 4 months in advance or 3 months in advance to receive everything up front. And their job is then done and they can work on allocations into the fall. That's really what's happening right now. So where is it? It's been accumulated. And when we get it in, it disappears as fast as it came in. And I don't think you've seen anything yet. I really do believe you're beginning to see a larger awakening by the mainstream into protecting what it is that they've worked so hard all these years to have obtained, Elijah. So there's no talking my book. I've been saying this for a long time, got a lot of crap for it, only because I wasn't looking at the here and now. I was looking to where we are here today. And when I say this, I'm looking to where we will be in September and October. It's getting exponentially harder every single day to continue to get product in. You have to spend way more money, expend way more time and effort. And I don't see it getting anything but more difficult, to be honest with you.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.